Top 10 Common Summer Backyard Birds of Tennessee. Each season has its own unique birds, with some species being permanent residents and others only showing up for a few months of the year. In the backyard, things are no different. So in this video, we are talking about 10 common summer backyard birds of Tennessee. Hope you liked the video. 10. The blue-gray gnatcatcher. A tiny, fun-to-watch, energetic blue songbird, the breeding blue-gray gnatcatcher is hard to miss, with its long fleshy tail and eyebrows. Though unfortunately, after molting, this bird usually becomes duller as the eyebrows become non-existent. These birds are one of the few migratory birds that stop by to breed in the woodlands of Tennessee, with some making their hummingbird-like nests in people's backyards. Despite not visiting feeders, they are often seen or heard in backyards, usually near clumps of trees, and may even use bird baths. 9. The mourning dove. The most common and widespread dove in Tennessee during the summer and pretty much the whole year is a characteristic mourning dove. These birds are easy to recognize by their coloration and unique sounds, with them having pink legs and overall beige body, long tail, spotted wings, a mournful cooing call, and loud wing sound. This dove species commonly visits feeders, generally one stocked with millet and other seeds, and forages in backyards, though they are shyer than most other species on this list. Mourning doves will also nest near homes, though due to how flimsily they build their nests, providing a nest comb may increase their chances of successful nesting. 8. The Rubythroated Hummingbird. This bird is probably the most recognizable and appreciated summer bird in Tennessee, being a common sight in parks and yards. This strictly southeastern hummingbird is also the only regularly occurring hummingbird in the East, feeding on nectar feeders and flowers, and even nesting in backyards. Do note that the females lack the male's beautiful red gorget, and instead are a plain green on the back with white on the underparts and throat. 7. The summer tanager. Another one of the few migrants on this list, the summer tanager is a colorful summer bird that rarely visits feeders, only occasionally supplementing fruits, jellies, nectar, and suet. The males of this species are usually red, so they can be mistaken for the more common northern cardinal, but do note that some molting or juvenile individuals may have yellow splotches. Females, on the other hand, are yellowish-green or gray, depending on the bird. Like a few other species on this list, the summer tanager is more often heard than seen, so listening for its signature call that echoes for forests can be helpful for identification. 6. The tufted Tmouse. One of the most common and goofy year-round feeder birds, the tufted Tmouse is gray overall, with a white underside, rusty coloration near the wings, a black patch near the bill, and a characteristic gray crest. This bird is often found in flocks of other species, such as chickadees, and happens to be the secondary key species for creating mixed bird flocks. The tufted Tmouse also nests in Tennessee, building its nest in cavities and nest boxes. Lastly, these birds are not picky at the feeder, eating mealworms, suet, sunflower and peanut seeds, and much, much more. 5. The Coran Chick. A very common and recognizable feeder bird that breeds in Tennessee and is key to mixed species flocks. The Coran Chick is a very special bird. It is the only chickadee species in most of the southeastern U.S., though farther north you meet this species' near identical lookalike, the black-capped chickadee. This chickadee, like the tufted Tmouse, also nests in the U.S., readily eating suet and a variety of seeds from feeders. Do note this species' black throat and bit, and overall gray back during identification. 4. The house finch. A beautiful singing finch, this bird is streaked brown overall, with the males having a red chest. Despite being originally from the western U.S., this bird has firmly established itself in Tennessee, visiting feeders stocked with millet and other seeds, and frequently building its cup-shaped nests near people's houses, on outside lamps, gutter pipes, and everywhere in between. This bird, being a seed eater, also visits bird baths. 3. The blue jay. With the breeding season mostly over, these big backyard birds finally become a common sight again, often annoying hawks, owls, and other predatory birds. These loud and funny jays are also common feeder birds, eating bread, suet, peanuts, and more, and often showing up at bird baths to drink and bathe. Blue jays are the only jays in Tennessee and most of the southeastern US, so just memorizing their overall big size, blue coloration, and characteristic facial black stripe near the eye is enough to identify them. 2. The brown-headed cowbird and American robin. I chose two species for this entry because of just how common they are during this time of year. The American robin is a common sight in backyards and parks, as they nest near people's homes and accept mealworms from feeders. Fledglings or young birds are often seen early in summer, with their recognizable speckled breasts, disappearing later into summer. During identification, note orange breast, black back, and yellow beak, though as previously mentioned, this year's fledglings usually still have white breasts with speckling. Meanwhile, brown-headed cowbirds are super widespread during this time of year, mainly because of its parasitic behavior, with it laying eggs in the nest of other birds, causing an influx of young birds in the later summer months. Brown-headed cowbirds regularly take control of feeders and bully other birds, so they are generally discouraged in backyards. These birds' coloration is relatively dull, with males having a brown head with black body and females being a streaky white-brown overall. 1. The northern cardinal. Cardinals are no doubt the most common year-round feeder birds and backyard birds in Tennessee, being widely found and recognized. These birds at the feeder love sunflower and millet seeds and may supplement wheat mealworms too. Despite their bright red coloration, black mask, and orange bill, the northern cardinal is not the state bird of Tennessee, with the northern mockingbird being it instead. Thanks for watching. Do you agree with my selection of top 10 common birds of Tennessee? Please tell me in the comments below. If you haven't yet, please check NestWatch and Audubon or Cornell for more information on these birds. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, share, and like.